What up, fight fans? Main man, made man, back at you with another video. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. You know, sitting back from my vantage point, thinking about this Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. I just kind of peep as an observer. You know, it's funny how all the years, you know, Floyd Mayweather has had contention with Oscar De La Hoya and went in business for many, many years with Oscar and Goldenboy Promotions. And to see that the biggest financial fight in boxing history is upon us, we're less than 2 weeks away, ladies and gentlemen. He cuts Oscar De La Hoya and Goldenboy Promotions and put their asses on the sidelines. Made Oscar, just like me and you, ladies and gentlemen, a fan instead of the big bad promoter, you know what I mean? Now, we all know that Oscar and Floyd has had a very, very rocky relationship over the years, man. But it seems as if they've always been in some sort of almost competition on the low, too, also, to me, you know what I mean? And it seems as if now with this particular move, I think Floyd kind of checkmate Oscar and Goldenboy Promotions in this particular thing. You know, you think about all the circumstances that happened, man. We can go through the timeline here, but I mean, even as recent as with this fight when Oscar tried to stick out his chest and take the May dates from Mayweather, in which Mayweather has been fighting for these last 5 years or so, trying to take the May dates away from Mayweather, you know, to capitalize on the Mexican crowd. And Floyd pretty much roughed that shit off from Oscar De La Hoya, man. But that's just one of the more recent ones. But let's go back. 2007, man. You go back to when Floyd first left Top Rank Promotions in Bob Arum. And he got, you know, he went on a contract when he went on a fight-by-fight basis with Goldenboy Promotions, signing with Richard Schaefer and Oscar De La Hoya. Now, this started in 2007 when Floyd fought Oscar De La Hoya, beat the shit out of Oscar De La Hoya, convincingly, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, beating Oscar De La Hoya, taking the A side away from him, becoming the face of boxing, stepping into the A side role. He was never B side after this particular fight. Taking the A side from him, being the cash cow away from Oscar De La Hoya. So this fool Floyd Mayweather became dethroned Oscar De La Hoya, so humbled him. Now enters into a fight by fight basis with Oscar De La Hoya and Goldenboy Promotions, but didn't lock himself in. That's what makes the thing so special. I said fight by fight basis. Didn't even lock himself in. What a hell of a move from Al Heyman at this particular point, guiding Floyd Mayweather through this. Fight by fight basis. You know what I mean? Then he gets over there and he basically beats all of Goldenboy's top stars. So-called top stars. The up-and-comers that they had who they were marketing to try to be big, big stars in the boxing world. Canelo Alvarez still proving to be such. But, you know, Floyd runs through the Goldenboy stable, beats a lot of Oscar stars, you know what I mean, makes a lot of money with Oscar, puts on, you know, and not to mention Oscar's made a lot of money off Floyd over the years too, don't get me wrong, because he's also put the two biggest fights in financial history at this point on under Goldenboy Promotions with Floyd Mayweather. First one being Oscar and Floyd, second one being Canelo and Floyd. Now, the thing is that these went down under Goldenboy Promotions. Well, also co-promoted with Mayweather Promotions. But it wasn't quite a fit. It was real murky back then. But anyway, Floyd pretty much also did that too. Established his own promotional company in which he's co-promoting this particular fight with Top Rank, the Pacquiao and Floyd fight. Established his company under Goldenboy and Oscar and them. So that was another thing. But also he cleared out that stable. Turns around after roughly about last year before the Maidana 2 fight, roughly before the September 3rd, 2014 fight. This is happening right before the Canelo fight. Right after the Canelo fight, it seems as if Richard Schaefer and Oscar De La Hoya, I recall, started having little problems in which, Oscar discovered that a lot of the fighters wasn't pretty much locked into contracts with Goldenboy Promotions, and these all happened through Richard Schaefer. So Richard Schaefer and Oscar got into their legal thing in which Richard departed Goldenboy Promotions, in which Floyd announced that after that fight that he was departing Goldenboy Promotions and he would not do business with Oscar again. So I believe after the Maidana 2 fight, I believe that was the fight that Floyd pretty much, that was it. That was it for between Floyd and Goldenboy Promotions. And so this happened, a fight or so ago, and he cuts Oscar ass out of the picture now. Now we got the biggest fucking fight in financial history going down, and Oscar has nothing to do with it. He's on the sideline, man. You know, Canelo Alvarez tried to stick his chest out there and take the May dates from Floyd. It was funny, man. And, you know, Floyd basically told him, put your money where your mouth is, man. I'm the biggest star. Humbled Canelo, young ass, and sunned his ass and still took the May dates, making Canelo settle for a Tuesday, taking his fight off a pay-per-view, might I add, missing out on a lot of revenue from that, and settling for a Tuesday Cinco de Mayo day, you know what I mean? So that's another pretty much big move for Mayweather. Now, Mayweather does not no longer fight under Goldenboy Promotions. I'm not saying he won't do business with Oscar because, you know, Floyd has fighters of his own, so I'm pretty sure maybe some of his fighters will maybe want to fight some of Oscar's fighters. Who knows? Maybe not. But as far as Floyd being a fighter, no, he's not cutting Oscar in on shit. And if there's a rematch to this Manny Pacquiao Floyd fight, that's an even bigger fight, and Oscar still will be on the freaking sidelines. You know, it was cool to see Bernard Hopkins come out with statements like, you know, even though this fight is not being promoted by Goldenboy Promotions, he's still happy to see this fight go down because he's a fan of the sport, you know. But Oscar, who's the CEO of Goldenboy Promotions, gotta be looking at this like, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, you know. But he pretty much forced it. By challenging Floyd in the May dates, it pretty much forced Floyd to have to take the Pacquiao fight in order to top the Canelo-Kirkland fight. So he pretty much forced this on himself in a way, you know what I mean? But Floyd checkmate him, I think, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section. Let me know. To the next video, it's your main man, Made Man. I see y'all then. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, one thing, let me just say, man, I don't know if this has one thing to do with the other. It's, you know, in hindsight now, which is always 2020, it seems to me that I see why this fight between Pacquiao and Mayweather may have taken so long. Because it seems to me, you know, Floyd was not going to let no promotional company, no organization not make him A-side in this particular fight. Maybe they were not giving him the pure A-side treatment. Al Heyman guided him through this process marvelously. You know, he was not going to let no one not make him A-side, man. Not no Top Rank, not no Golden Boy, not no 50 Cent, not nobody. Nobody was not going to make, not no networks were not going to let Floyd bring home the bulk of the money. And maybe, you know, they didn't give him the proper respect through the negotiations. The whole drug testing shit was all bullshit just to not make the fight happen. And unless Floyd was going to be A-side, he was not going to let this fight happen. Even with Top Rank in the news breaking out this week with Bob Arum and the whole signature on the contract thing, you know, if you see the original picture which Pacquiao did put on his Twitter page, it clearly states that Bob Arum knew that these things were going to happen as far as Floyd Mayweather, you know, getting basically most of the promotional rights of this particular fight. And now he's pretty much the A-side. He is the top guy, and he maneuvered himself. That's why he said it was the timing for this fight, because this was the perfect timing to make him the top A-side. So, I don't know. Maybe it was smart. Once we look at this in hindsight, ladies and gentlemen, history will judge this well. So, to the next video, just your main man, Made Man, just as observance, and I'll see y'all then. Don't forget to subscribe.